rebranded?
Did they?
No.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no.
so I just
So
I
it's not
just
Walmart
found
anymore?
this. It's so bad.
Wanna
Um,
be Amazon. That's my prediction is gonna be something like Amazon. Okay, go ahead.
all right. Melody, do you want to predict?
Malwart.
That's crazy.
So I just want to read the statement that they put out first, and then I'll send you guys an article, and it has both the new like logo and then their new little like symbol. It says,
Okay.
as our customers evolve, we will too. Our Walmart will always be their Walmart, and our brand will always be a testament to how we innovate and change alongside them. And then it's a very short article.
Stop. No way. What is this? Well, are they being funny? Like, are they just trying to be like, hey guys, we're new and improved. We're Walmart. We were Walmart, but now we're Walmart.
Walmart, but bold.
Oh my God.
Not bold in like emotion or personality, just font.
What is.
That's crazy.
No, I think they spent like millions of dollars on this.
Wow.
I'll never
updating its
understand.
updating its yellow spark icon to be bolder.
I
Yeah,
just
they spent a
don't get
million dollars on this logo update.
I don't get brand things. I just don't get it. What like how does $1 million go into that? Like just pay a ton of people to come up with it?
I don't like is this a graphic designer? Because so for anyone listening, you can look this up, but also it's just the same things but slightly thicker. Like it's the same Walmart font but a little thicker, and then it's the little like the yellow star overlaid on the blue. And again, a little bit thicker. And that's it. But they paid $1 million. I have to assume to just some random like some CEO's kid or something.
And the blue is like different. It's like a darker blue or something. But
Yeah,
it's
like
not like
slightly more vibrant, maybe,
yeah.
but that's about it. I don't know. It just seems like something that would be like the Onion. They'd be like, "Wow, Walmart rebranded," and like that's
Yeah.
the article, you know?
Yeah,
Or
like no
like
one would notice.
no. Genuinely, I think this happened like a month ago. I don't think anyone has noticed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it just reminds me like Ben and I don't know, have you guys around you that like McDonald's and a lot of like other fast food restaurants as well, they've been like renovating their stores and they look like shit. They just look like gray boxes now. Like they have no character, there's no color. It's like so brutalist. Like it just looks like a rock.
I guess
Bring
not
They're
back
so miserable.
recently. Oh,
bring back like the late 90s, early 2000s, like,
Mhm.
very very bright colors. Um what else do they do? They I don't know, it's just like I don't know how to describe it, but bring that shit back. That looks better than what they look like now.
Yeah, like this is what I see around here. It's just like literally it's just a
oh my
gray brick.
God.
Even the yellow M I feel like is not on most of them. I
That's
don't know that
so
I've ever seen
ugly.
that before. It's so bad. And I feel like lots of stores have been doing that where they're just like all their character is gone.
I remember like I feel like McDonald's especially does that throughout the years and it's so noticeable because they're everywhere. But I remember that
Mhm.
happening when I was like a young teen, like their first one of their first like rebrands and yeah, ever since I was a kid it just got like less and less fun looking. Cuz I think they took out the play places when I was like a teen at some point. And I feel like ever since then it's just more and more like trying to look like I don't know, a department store.
Yeah. I feel like I remember hearing that they started taking out the play places because there's just a whole bunch of just shit that people kept finding in there, like
Like
just
literal shit.
literal shit, drugs, probably just random stuff you wouldn't think that you would find in a play place, but then it's there.
Yeah. No, it's like I could see it being a huge liability, but it was magical when I was a kid.
I just remember it always smelling really bad.
Mm, probably all
Sweaty.
that shit,
Probably.
the shit and
I was
sweat from all the
I
other
was
kids.
not allowed in the ball pit. That was
No.
I don't know why my parents let me go in like the play place, but I was not allowed to go in the ball pit.
It's like the same thing whenever I had to go to like a friend's birthday party and they had it like Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. I was pretty skeptical of the ball pit myself already, but my parents were also like, "Don't go in there," and they just never like they never expanded on why, but they were just like, "You can do everything else. Go do the arcades, games, or whatever. Get your tickets. Go get your prizes. You could probably go in those little slide things, little tubes and whatever, but." If it gets too crowded, then come out. But I don't want you going in there. And I was like, okay.
I don't think my parents had safety concerns. Like they just let me do whatever.
Riley was a ball pit kid.
I was like thinking I don't know if I even remember the ball pit, but I think at Chuck E. Cheese I do. But definitely I loved the climbing in the tubes thing. That was like
Mhm.
my dream as a child was to have like a ton of those in my house as like when I grew up. I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. So a whole room dedicated to those little tube things.
Like a gerbil.
Yeah, big gerbil room.
Yeah, they
Oh,
seem so cool when you're a kid, and then like now I just keep seeing them being used as like liminal space examples for like horror games or like
that's
um
true.
yeah, like just just horror things in general. I think I've seen it used in uh analog horror videos on YouTube that people are making, and I'm just like, "Oh yeah." Like it's like you'll go through tubes and then you'll see there's a beginning and an end, but then once you get in there, seeing like it just never end. It's like you're just like stuck in a never-ending tube, and I'm like, that's terrifying actually. Could you imagine as like a little kid you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you're just like, "Yeah," and you like see your friend go in there and you go in after them and then you can't get out and you don't know where your friend is and you're just trying to leave and I'm like, "No! I came here for a birthday party and now I'm stuck here."
I think someone invented the back rooms, but for children.
Yeah.
Oh, horrifying. Yeah, I mean, especially like with what is it? Poppy Poppy Playtime. The new chapter
Mhm.
just came out, and yeah, that's all over. Those tubes are everywhere.
Yeah, that game is scary. It's probably like one of the scariest games I feel like I've played in a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just keep getting scarier. Every time though they release a chapter, it just has such shitty reviews and I don't really know why because when I end up playing it, it seems fine. So like and it seems scary. So I'm like to me it's effective. So I don't know what people are complaining about. And now this one, yeah, I think it was just released like last week or something and
hmm
I've already seen like mixed reviews all across the board. And I'm like, I don't get it. The last one was scary as shit. Like they keep ramping it up for me. So I don't know. But I'm just gonna wait and see. Probably get it on sale in the future or something because they're all like $15 and like in the beginning I think the base game was some money too and I got the base game when it was still like they were still not. I think now it's free. Like it's all
yeah,
the DLC. They actually it's like paid, but now the base game is free. So I'm just like I'm just gonna wait until I can get these things on sale now.
yeah.
But yeah,
Are
it
they
does remind me
complaining
of
about the
Poppy Playtime. Sorry, go ahead.
Are they complaining about the plot, or is it like the game mechanics? Because I know some people were saying it was a little glitchy, but they didn't seem bad. It was just like dumb places you could soft lock yourself into.
People are saying it wasn't scary. That's the
Oh,
main thing I've been hearing, but I don't know. I mean,
mm.
I guess I'll find out when I play it.
Yeah, I was watching someone play it the day that it came out, and I thought, I mean, I wasn't playing it, so I wasn't as scared, but I thought it was pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things that was very distressing.
Speaking of games, so I was like I was looking at my Steam wish list the other day and I found that Tony must have added a game onto my Steam wish list at some point because I'm thinking it was because like I most recently had him play Silent Hill 2 on his stream, but I wanted specific save files. So I was playing just I know we could have switched the files and everything over, but that was like proving to be kind of annoying. So I just went over to his computer just so that the files would be saved on his computer so that when he streams it would just be available for him. So when I was playing on his computer, he was swapping to mine. So I was like, because he's really into Balatro right now. So I was like, just download it. It's a real quick download, and you could play on my computer while I just get your save files ready for your stream. And when I come back to my computer, like the next day I noticed on my Steam wish list, I think I was like looking for something specific to see if I added it already. And then like I was looking for the store page or something. I don't know. I was on my wish list for some reason. And at the very top, he added, I don't remember what it was called, but it was something like Attack of the Killer Poop or something like that. And it was at the very top of my wish list, so I know it was the most recent added. Let me see.
That's crazy.
Oh, it wasn't that. Killer Poop. God. Poop. Attack poop. Well, anyways, I found it. I knew it was him. I removed it, and then I went to went to his I went to his Steam page because it was open on his computer, and then I went to his wish list and added it to his wish list. I don't know if he's found it yet. So Tony, if whenever you listen to this, yeah, that's there. And it was me. So you probably would have figured it out by now, but yeah. I discovered attack. I gotta fucking find out what the game was.
Attack of the Evil Poop.
That's probably what it is. The
Is it a
evil.
really gross little poop in like a toilet?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is. Attack
There's
of the Evil Poop.
a lot of poop themed games you could add to Tony's wish list.
There is.
Just saying, Tony.
For the listeners out there, here is the Steam page, like the blurb on it. Attack of the Evil Poop delivers challenging, fast paced gameplay. Prove to yourself that you are the elitist of all elite toilet warriors. With an
Ew.
intriguing story, a local versus mode, several unlockables, and hilarious in game moments, this insane title will make you poop your pants for joy.
Oh my goodness.
Tony just wants to play the couch co-op poop with game with you, Melody. That's all. So I saw you sent over the grape question. Well, you didn't send the question, but I saw the reel about the
Oh
grapes
yeah.
that you were gonna ask.
Yeah. Okay. So since you saw it for Riley, I think the Basement Yard Boys were the ones that posed the question. I guess they were talking about they heard it on another podcast or maybe saw it somewhere. But it's like you have a bunch of grapes, and what is it, Hannah? Like all of them but one are worth 50 grand, but like one of them is poisonous. And how many
Something like
would you eat before you stop?
yeah, I think you're in a room with like 50,000 grapes and all but one, yeah, like Melody said, is poisonous. But you get like a $5,000 for every single one that you eat, and it's how many would you eat?
That's
So,
crazy.
how many would you guys eat before you stop?
I don't think I could eat a single one. I don't think I
Oh,
could.
really?
Because, like, once I start going, where do I stop? It's like a slippery slope, man. Because at some point it's going to get statistically bad for you. And I think I would just be like, technically, I could die on the first one, and I don't want those odds. I don't know.
True.
Yeah.
I'm too scared.
But also
True.
the odds don't really get bad for you, I think, until you hit the halfway mark.
Yeah, no, like, I think that's logical, but you're gambling with your life because you could technically
True.
die on the first one. Like,
But you could
anytime.
also get a lot of money for just eating grapes.
Yeah, what's the okay, so let's say you said 5,000 per grape?
Um, I mean, I could try and find it. I don't know what the number was. It was something crazy.
I guess if there was like I would have to literally run the numbers. What would you guys do?
Um, if it's four figures, I'm probably not eating any. If it's more than that, I'm eating all of them. If I die, I die.
All of them? All of them you will die.
All of them but one. But I'll just stop at the last one. I'll just keep racking up money, and then it'll be like, if I die, I die. You know, whatever.
You just like pass it on to my
Yeah,
inheritors.
yeah. My next of kin, you know, they can get the money.
Okay, there's 1,000 grapes, and for every grape you eat, it's $50,000.
Oh, dude, I'm eating all of them but one. If I die before the last one, it's okay. Whatever. If I still get the money at that point, my whoever will get the money. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I feel like I'm eating at least 10. Probably more like I think I'd be willing to risk like 100 before I'd start feeling a little worried.
But
But definitely also.
at 100, aren't you at a 10% chance that you would die if you ate
Yeah, that's
100?
not bad.
Like it's not bad, but like if you're rolling a dice, it only takes 10 to get there. I feel like that's too high. I feel like it's all too high for me.
Listen, the future already scares me, so it's all right, you know. Yeah, I take what I can
Unless,
get right now. You know what I
Eating
mean?
grapes.
You
but
gotta
you wouldn't
risk
even
it all.
you wouldn't even get to enjoy it if you died.
It's all right. I went out trying to get a better life for myself in the end, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what, I would absolutely be like, I could do one, like that'll be fine, like nothing bad will happen. And then as soon as you do one, I feel like it's just a slippery, like Riley said, it's a
Yeah.
slippery slope, and I'd just be like, I'd probably just keep going until I felt a little too nervous.
Also, I guess it depends on what kind of grapes it is too, because it's like it depends because I like there's some grapes that I really really like, so I'll just fucking eat them like forever.
True. You just get hungry and keep going.
Yeah,
Forget why
for
you're there.
sure. Yeah, exactly. I'm just here enjoying a snack. You know, that's what happens after like the third grape, and
How many? Three grapes.
I completely forget, and I'm still alive, dude. 50K each? Easy. That's crazy.
I like that. That's just an entirely different question. It's not how many grapes would you eat before you maybe died. It's how many grapes before you forget why you're eating grapes.
Ew, there's some tasty grapes. It's all right.
It's like just raisins. I don't think I would do it if it was raisins.
Nah.
No, that is good.
I'd eat one and then I'd go, oh yeah, I fucking hate raisins, and then I'd stop.
Yeah, no, I'm not a raisin fan. Don't they put raisins in some in some salads? I feel like I've
Yeah,
heard that there are some potato salads that people put raisins in.
maybe.
I wouldn't really be a fan of that. I think I would not like that.
Yeah, I don't think I would like that. Not in my potatoes. Maybe in a normal salad. I like when they
Oh
put
yeah,
dried
yeah.
fruit in salad, like green
I was gonna
salad.
say
Yeah.
dried cranberry is a thing that I feel like I have a lot
Nah,
in
but
salads.
I feel like raisins are it's just grosser. Like, I mean, like dried cherries
Yeah,
is fun. Like, I don't know. It's
yeah.
like you can still like I don't know. Maybe it's because the flavor and the texture is like, eh. But like dried cherries, I'm still kind of tasting more of the cherries still there, and I'm kind of ignoring the texture at that point. I'm like, that's still pretty good.
I
Yeah,
feel like the texture is better too on dried cherries somehow. Like it's like less mushy.
I
I
don't know that
mean,
I've ever eaten a dried cherry.
No?
I've had it in some
Mm.
salads. It's pretty good.
Yeah. They're like
I'm
better
trying to think of a
raisins.
cherry. Yeah, I think they're Rainier cherries or like the yellowish red
Ben
ones.
loves those.
I love those are my favorite.
They're like an automatic buy if he sees them when they're in season.
Me
He'll get them.
too.
I can tell you guys. I think I've told you guys about my curse before, right? I
What is it?
I have a dumb. I call it my curse just because it's happened a lot and it's very annoying. Um, I can't get too attached to a product in a store, or it will just get discontinued. Like it has happened to me a dozen times. Like I will be like, oh, I found this thing. It started. The one that I remember, the earliest one I remember was I got that really into this salad dressing. It was like a garlic, honey garlic, um, like vinaigrette. I never had something that was like that texture but that flavor at the same time, and I loved it. It was so good. I bought it twice. Like I ate enough of it that I actually got through a bottle of it, and then bought it again. Gone. The brand's still there. They just discontinued that one completely. Um, it happened again with a
Damn.
cereal, just randomly, like a flavor of Cheerios. They just never made it again. But then it happened, and I this one has got us paranoid because I found dried strawberries once at Wegmans. And I love strawberries, but I love dried fruit, and so I was like, this is great. And so I bought like 2 or 3 packages because I was like, I feel like you never see dried strawberries. That's like a weird one. And I think I had some like trips and hiking trips planned and stuff. So I was like, this will be perfect. I'll like pack it away in my bag. It'll be a perfect snack. We went back. Never saw it again. It was the first time I'd ever seen it. Never seen it again, except one time we stopped at a random Wegmans on a road trip. I don't remember where we were. I think we were in a different state completely. And they had them. And so I bought several more and I was like, are they bringing them back? And so I like went on Instacart to look at my local stores to see if they had them in stock and it said they had them. And so we come home and they had a spot on the shelf for it, but it was empty. So my curse is at work. I've never found them again. But dried strawberries are great, and I highly recommend them. And if you ever see them, please feel free to buy them and let me know because I will pay you money to send them to me
Yeah, now
because
I want
I
to check.
can't buy them.
I've never had a dried strawberry, I don't think. I don't think
Oh,
I've even
so
seen
good.
that.
Oh,
That sounds delicious.
they were so tasty.
That it reminds me of, I feel like grocery store stocks are always changing, but I never buy anything like interesting. So I feel like I don't notice. But we used to buy like we just had hamburger helper for dinner. It's I feel like I'm
Yeah.
never proud to eat hamburger helper, but it's always just so easy. But they used to sell these like tasty brand box meals. Like and it's like tasty like BuzzFeed's tasty brand. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
have you
okay.
seen that?
Yeah. They have like an app and stuff and it's like, "Oh, look up recipes depending on like what ingredients you have in your kitchen at the time." And then they can like give you recipes and like yeah, I know what
It
you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's just like a big food online food brand, and they were selling like actual box meals, like where it was just like basically seasoning and rice, and they're like add meat and it's a meal. But they were really good. Like they were like hamburger helper but good, and they like stopped selling them at our store after a while, and I was like, what the hell, man? That was like my go-to.
It's so sad. It's just like I think it's because it's not a thing that matters that much that it's like you don't think about it too hard and then you go to the store and that like the spot is gone or it's empty and it's just like it's so devastating in a way that's very unimportant but so sad.
Well, it's
God.
like you can't do anything about it either. Like most things, other things in your life are like totally in your control, but it's like yeah, they don't make it. That thing that you liked, you're gonna have to just find something else.
Just
Yeah.
gone.
Just forget about it or find a substitute. And most of the time it's like even if you do find a substitute, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
It's
you
like
have
you didn't realize you were looking forward to it until it suddenly got. It's like, "Oh, I was like for like lunch the next day, I was excited and I didn't know that I was excited until suddenly it was ripped away from me."
Mhm.
do you have any like that, Mel, where they've discontinued something you liked?
I'm trying to think. Um Nah, I have to think about that and then come back to it later or in the future. But I'll definitely think about it because I'm sure it's happened to me, whether it be a food item or just something that I used, and I'm like, man, I'll think of it. I'll come back to it.
Have you
What
guys
about
seen
him?
that with the candies? Like where they have retro candies? Like, cause you know candies do the same thing. They'll just continue them. Like, you
Mhm.
guys ever eat Altoid sours?
Mm-mm.
No?
I know of them. I've seen them, but I've never eaten them.
They were really good. They stopped making them a long time ago. But there's like a company that makes like they remake old candy. Like it's not Altoid, but somebody out there is basically selling Altoid sours because
Mm.
people are all about that nostalgia.
Yeah. Well, they started remaking those strawberry cream candies. Um,
Wait a minute.
I, do you have some?
It's not these, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wait, those are
Those were
pretty good actually.
those were discontinued for a long time. They just
Oh,
Really?
brought them back
really?
like a couple years ago.
Tino
What?
just
I
saw
was
them and he's
so
like, I
excited.
remember these. And so I bought
Hmm.
them.
For the audience, it's cream savers, the strawberry cream savers.
Yeah. They discontinued them because they were available when we were kids, and then I think from like I would guess 2010 to like 2020, I think they were gone because then I didn't see them again until maybe 2022. Um, but now I see them, not every time I go to the store. They're still kind of a weird candy, I feel like, but they're back, which is pretty nice. I love those.
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, I just looked up like discontinued like products and there's like an AI list, but I've never heard of this product before. What the hell is a Whopperito? Because it doesn't tell me what it
What?
is. A Whopperito.
Whopper burrito?
Limited menu item at Burger King that combined the Whopper
Oh.
burger with a tortilla.
What the hell?
I've never even heard of this before today.
Whopper burrito.
Sounds kind of good.
2016. What?
Is it still hamburger meat in there though? It feels weird. They
I
season it like
guess.
not like a burrito.
They just stuff all the Whopper ingredients in a tortilla and they'd be like, here you go, Whopperito.
Bloomberg News speculated that the Whopperito represented an attempt by Burger King to compete with Chipotle.
Okay.
Why
Gotcha.
would you even try? You don't have the same market at all. And you're certainly not going to win them over. with a burger in a burrito.
I always feel bad for Burger King.
You guys remember the Choco Tacos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they discontinued those, I remember. And then I really liked them. But then I don't think
Really?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't make them anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Someone's selling a Choco Taco on eBay for $350.
Stop.
Damn. This has got to be fake. This can't be real.
eBay's wild. They could definitely sell that.
So, would you spend $350 for one Choco Taco?
Is it still edible?
Good question. There's no description to when it came out.
I'm surprised
This totally looks like just a stock photo you could find of this.
Oh, but there's more. I got like recommendations for others. This one's for $400.
Klondike. Wow.
Bro,
A piece of history.
Who is selling wrappers only? This person is selling 3 Choco Taco wrappers only for $35. It's so funny because it says pre-owned. Like, no shit. Box of 1,000 pre-filled communion cups with water and juice. $166.99.
Man, is there just like a whole market for things that were discontinued? I never even thought to look on eBay for this stuff.
People buy like food off of eBay?
I mean, people are
shouldn't.
trying to sell food on eBay. I don't know whether people are buying it.
Oh no, okay. Look at this.
What the hell?
Double Slim Jim, unopened.
Oh, is it like a double Slim Jim because it's like 2 in 1 and it wasn't
Unopened.
supposed to? Or is that a
It
product?
looks like it. No,
I
I
guess
think
so.
it looks like it's a mistake.
Which would make sense.
$3,000.
Why it's so expensive? Because it's rare. The rare double Slim Jim.
Item description from the seller, all caps, very, very rare, double Slim Jim. That's all caps again, unopened, 3 exclamation points.
That's crazy.
Wait, I found another one. This one's crazy too.
Rare Cheeto Puff. Shaped like dinosaur / the Loch Ness Monster. It could be whatever you decide.
I look like it specifies new. We just found this bad boy.
$1,000.
Well, I got recommended underneath the first double Slim Jim. I got a second double Slim Jim, but this one's slightly opened.
What the hell? They couldn't resist. They just had to see what it was like in there.
And it's gonna be so old though. I'd be afraid of this one.
Ew. Oh no. Oh no. Look at this one. Rare Cheeto shaped like Oogie Boogie, 15 years old. $10,000.
I like how
Oh
they
my
measure
god.
it. They put a tape measure next to it
For scale.
just for scale.
50. Oh my god.
I didn't realize I
Kind of
should
look
be
like
looking
me.
at my Cheeto Puff shapes in case there's a valuable one in there.
Oh god.
It's kind of like staring up the sky at night. You just kind of make shapes. The difference is you're charging people $1,000 for you to make up some shapes. Oh no. Oh, again, the item description for the Oogie Boogie Cheeto. This rare Cheeto, shaped like the iconic Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, is a must-have for any fan of the beloved movie. Made from high-quality puffed corn, the snack is perfect for those who love a good crunch. Don't eat it. It's 15 years old.
What the hell? Or just go buy Cheetos. Like you don't have to buy the super expensive one if you're gonna eat it.
This item is perfect for collectors and fans alike and belongs in any pantry. Don't miss out on the chance to own this unique piece of food that is sure to bring a smile to your face. I've owned this little guy for approximately 15 years. I'm amazed that he survived the hands of time. I believe he's the jalapeno Cheeto flavor.
There is
Belief.
no level. There's no level of fix my face that I could do. If I walked into someone's house and this shit was like behind a glass case and it was like in like just on their mantle or like in there just on display somewhere in a hallway along with like family photos, God, I would never stop talking about it. What the fuck?
Oh.
Hannah just found a Cheeto shaped like Cheeto shaped like vibrating dildo, mint condition, super rare exclusive.
Exclusive.
$10,000. Condition new.
Oh.
I've never been to this side of eBay before.
I love the descriptions. They're so dumb. New mint condition straight out of the bag vibrating dildo shaped Cheeto. This item is incredibly rare and exclusive. There might only be one other in the whole world. Good luck to anyone who has found the second vibrating dildo.
They just made that up. They're like, I think there's one more. There's actually one more out there.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh.
no. What? Oh my god. Just like the fact that they put vibrating in there too.
Yeah.
Guys, I swear it's vibrating.
And there's two. I don't know where the
It
second
is.
one is, but it's out there. This person, okay, but this man never sold anything else on eBay. This is his only item. He has no reviews, but I think this has been listed for 6 months.
Oh my god. He's just hanging on to it.
This one makes me laugh a lot. Penis, lemon, hot Cheeto, balls sold separately. $250. The picture is of just like 3 little Cheetos.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything, honestly.
Oh. Do people actually like obviously some of these are jokes, but like is this a thing? Have people actually bought these before?
Cheeto collecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. But also, a small part of me does hope so because even though I would be so shocked to actually encounter someone who has this kind of collection or anything like it, it really would be something I would never forget. Now, before it was like I was able to get other stuff, but now when you get into the Cheeto realm, there's like countless. Like the only other under explore related items, it's just Cheeto after Cheeto after Cheeto. There's like nothing else. Like I got to this from a different food, you know? I got to this from Slim Jims, but now it's like it's not bringing me anywhere else.
The Cheeto realm goes deep.
So, I had an energy scammer come to my door a couple weeks ago.
Hmm.
So they are not actually the people who provide me energy services at all. They were like someone else, and they just came to my door and were like, "Hi, we're from this company. And I just want to make sure that you guys are getting a discount on your energy services." And I was like, "Okay." And she was just like, "So if you could just show me your bill so I could just make sure that you're getting that discount." And I was like,
Mm,
"No." But it was just so like it just it the question itself, like, can I see your bill so I can make sure that you're getting a discount from a different company? I was like, all of that sounds bad. Like, it all sounds
yeah.
wrong. Like, why? And even if you were the company that was providing this energy, you would know that. Like, so why would you, a different company, want to know this? And I would be showing you my bill. I looked it up, but apparently this company does go around. Well, this fake company. I don't even know if it's a company, but these people go around claiming to be whatever company, for whatever working for whatever energy company, and they're just like, "Hey, we want to make sure you're getting the discount on your energy bill. I just need to see it on this specific page." I guess on that specific page has like some kind of code or something to your energy meter, whatever, and they
Hmm.
can like switch it over to like their stuff, and they can start charging you for energy that they may or may not be
Mm,
supplying.
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." But I was just like, even from the get-go, I was like, that just all sounds wrong. But yeah, she was going around the whole like from apartment to apartment, and I was like,
Wow.
I hope no one's I hope no one's falling for that. But it didn't look like she was. I watched her for a while after she left my, but it didn't look like it was staying very long at anyone's door. But it just seemed so bold. But I
yeah.
don't know. At first I was like, "Oh, that's crazy," but I don't know. People are getting pretty crafty
Yeah.
also with like their scams. I've seen a lot of text messages come up randomly that would be like, "Oh, your package is needs to be picked up at this whatever," and they don't specify, but it's like we expect packages nowadays all the time. So it's like you could so not even think about it and be like, "Yeah, I am expecting a package. Let me like tap on the link." And then from there they could get, steal whatever data. I was just
Hmm.
thinking about like scammers and stuff and how crafty they're getting and how it's like even though there's a lot of things with ease of life now where things are getting shipped directly to our door rather than us going out to go get them, or a lot of things are just like bills are sent to us electronically more so than paper copies in the mail nowadays. It's like even though a lot of these things are easier for us, there's just so many more opportunities for like people to just kind of go in there and try to try to scam you. And I just have to like think about that. Like I don't know, it's like as an adult, I'm just kind of like, "Oh yeah, that doesn't sound right." I think there was another one like I think last summer where someone was trying to pose as I think the New York State toll tolls collector, and they're just sending out like mass random texts to
Oh
people
yeah.
because Tony got one, and he was like, but it was actually weird because we actually did go on a trip like a few weekends before that, and we did
Yeah.
go through tolls, and they were like, "Hey, just make sure you pay your tolls now using this link, or else you'll owe like however much more money." But
Hmm.
then like Tony was thinking about it, he was like, "Wait, don't they mail it to us anyways? Like it has our license
Yeah.
plate, it takes a picture of your car." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's weird." So then we like looked it up and people were like, "Yeah, beware," because and I think they put like a link in there and it was like off by one letter on
Hmm.
their like website link. And it's just so like, God, you have to be so on your guard.
Yeah. Yeah. Ben got the toll one like a month ago. We get it always cracks me up when we get it in the mail. It's become a running joke now. And I assume this kind of happens to anybody who buys a house, but it started as soon as we got the house, and probably we get one maybe once a month, maybe a little bit less. And it's from the home warranty division, And it's just this letter that's like the warranty on your house is expiring and we're just going to take back your house. It's like
Oh my god.
what there's no there's no warranty on the house. Like we didn't buy it from a store. That's not how that works. And also, who are you? You're just going to take it? And so they just keep sending them to us. And we're like, we're not, like, clearly we haven't fallen for it. I don't know why you're still sending us this. But it feels so skeezy that they send them to people who just bought their first homes, like, make them worried that something is wrong. But it's also just so lazy. That's why it always cracks me up. It's just the idea that, like, there's a warranty on your house cracks me up.
Well, and there are tons of people that probably do fall for that. Like, especially, I hate the tactic of getting in your face, like the people who go door to door, because
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah.
hard. Like, some people are kind of bad at like saying no to people. And so the tactic of just
Hmm.
like being hard to say no to like scam people is so like it makes me so angry. I at this point
Yeah.
I like even if it's like a normal person, like anytime anyone suggests something to me, like even if it's not a scammer, it's like somebody like I'm buying something and they're like, "Oh, do you want this?" And I'm always just like, "Nope." Nope. Like
Hmm.
I don't even think about it. I'm just like, "Nope." If I really want to consider it, I'll like think about it when I'm like out of the store or out of the situation because I
Yeah.
just don't trust anyone.
Another thing too is just like online, just like it's so easy now to create like a website and then just be able to say that you're selling a product when that could just be a scam in and of itself. So like
Hmm.
oftentimes when I find like if things are uh promoted on like whatever social media I'm on, and then like as an ad, and I'm just like, oh, you know what, that actually does seem kind of useful. More often than not now, I'm like looking up reviews, like, is this a legit thing? Like, and
Yeah.
I'll find like tons of people who will say yes or no, and then like, or some people will be like, no, it wasn't, I like reported them to whatever, and I'm just like, okay, dodged
Yeah.
a bullet there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen YouTubers do that. Well, they'll buy like viral things, and I've
Hmm.
seen some of them like so some of them are just straight up scams. And sometimes they mention that like the place that they bought it from was gone, that, like by the time they filmed the video. Like they bought it and then the website's like taken down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, my mom's
crazy.
gotten really deep into the like vitamin and supplement stuff. And every once in a while she'll send me something and literally the first thing I do is just like look up the company. Is it a scam? Um
Yeah, those are extra scary too because it's like there's not really much regulation for like supplements,
mhm.
right? So anyone could just be like, oh, yeah, take these, but there's no one actually being like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is actual stuff, that you can use for whatever that you need.
Yeah. Oh God, I am never I she sends them to me. I only look it up so then I can tell her that she's paying for a scam, like a total scam, as opposed to like, sure, this is a vitamin company, but I'm not. I don't trust that. It's not regulated. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
What does she do what does she say when you're like, "Mom, this is a scam?"
She's not a fan. She's fallen into the I've done my research crowd,
Oh.
which as someone who's going to school for science, uh, it's incredibly frustrating. But it's just gotten to the point where it's like, hey, spend whatever money you want. It's your money. Just don't send it to me. That's all.
Yeah.
So that's a line that I've had to draw. But she forgets pretty often. She sends me. It's also for like inconsequential things too. She has bought me probably 6 pairs of slippers at this point in my life over like the last 10 years. And every time I'm like, I don't like slippers. I don't like the way they make my feet feel. Like they bother me. Like I will just throw them away or give them away. Like don't get them for me.
Hmm.
But she loves slippers. And so every couple of years she'll forget and then she'll send me a new pair. She's like, "You'll love this brand. It's great." It's like, "I won't. I'll hate it." So, it's just kind of an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I always think about like I always give like my parents some leeway because I imagine I just keep thinking they didn't grow up with the internet and so they're just not equipped for it. Like we've been growing up in this time where it's like I just feel like we learned really fast about like what's real and what's not, and
Yeah.
now it's like there's a lot of bad information out there and they're just not equipped to handle it, I don't think.
People wouldn't
Yeah.
lie on the internet.
Well, just like the mass amount of lying, I think that it just didn't exist as much before. It was like one type of lying, and it all came through the news.
Or infomercials late at night. Like there was the
True.
after hours television.
Yeah, I feel now I'm thinking about like now it's kind of different, but like I feel like there were some channels that would just have like Girls Gone Wild at like 2 a.m. and I was now I'm thinking back and I'm like, how did they do that?
I don't know.
You just
That's a
like
good
leave the
question.
TV on and then it just like you'll see like blurred out boobies and you'll wake up in the night and be like, morning.
Yeah, I
I
remember
swore
being
I
like a
fell asleep
kid.
to cartoons.
Yeah.
Really?
It always make me panic. You'd like fall asleep and I'm trying to think of what the channel even was. It'd be like MTV or something kind of
Mhm.
dumb that was like had like a reality show and you'd fall asleep and then you'd wake up at like 1 a.m. and you'd be like, I was not watching this and I need to shut it. But like it's just on TV.
Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I must have missed out on that channel. That's funny.
Yeah, dude, I would freak out because then I'd be like, oh god, like what if, what if my parents walk in? They'd be like, what are you watching? I'd be like, I just up. I swear. I was this was not on when I fell asleep. I had nothing to do with this.
God, do you remember pay-per-view? Jesus, that was forever ago. You used to buy movies on the television.
Yeah,
Y-
I remember always
You'd have to
seeing
like
it.
go to specific channels and then you could scroll through whatever was available and you'd have to buy it and I think it was expensive too. Like it was back in the day, so it was stupid expensive. Uh, but that's how
I,
we like didn't live anywhere near a movie theater, so that's how we would do like our movie nights when I was a kid is we would just buy a
nice.
movie on the TV.
How so? Like, how do they have that technology, but then they didn't invent Netflix for so long? Like, how are they sending you? Is it
Because
just
that was
another?
through the because Netflix is through the internet. That was through cable.
So and they were just playing whatever movies. Like, you still had to catch the movie at the time they're streaming it at, or did you like you pay for it and
Mm,
then you can just start it from the start?
yeah, you'd pay for it and then they would I don't know exactly how they broadcasted it specifically, but you could start it from the start. You'd have
Dang,
like 20 it's like renting a movie on Amazon where like you have it for like 24 hours after you start it.
that's so interesting.
I remember when like Netflix used to like send physical copies of like DVDs in the
Mm.
mail.
Yeah, that was kind of hype. My brother got Netflix pretty early on, and he would always get those DVDs in the mail.
Yeah.
Did you have it too, like when they were doing that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. I don't even remember what the was there like drop boxes? Did you
just a
how did you send them
mailbox.
back? It was just a mailbox, any mailbox?
Well,
Okay.
like I think
I
he
think
would put
so.
them back in and put the flag up on our mailbox. You know how you can technically.
Oh, true, true, yeah.
So
When
I don't. I
I
think that's what
because
he
I'm
did.
just only remembering like the red Netflix envelope that it came in, but I
Yeah.
like did never remembered like I can't remember now like how we sent it back or whatever, but I just like thinking about that.
Yeah, it was probably free to send it back too. Like it was all part of your subscription, right? Like you just kind of get
I
it
would
and then
imagine,
yeah, it's a good system.
or if they sent you like the envelope that they sent it to you had some forwarding prepaid something on it too that you could just send it right back out, prepaid postage.
Yeah, it's so genius. I bet it wasn't as much money making as it is now because like actually shipping stuff costs money, but it was so like cool.
Were you going to talk about the Grammys, Riley?
um, yeah. Well, I was just gonna like I remember one of the things was just how I'm trying to remember if there's something else that happened that I was gonna talk about because I'm only remembering one. Let me look it up again. Did you guys watch
Yeah,
the Grammys?
I didn't, but now that I'm thinking about girls, I'm thinking about Girls Gone Wild. I'm thinking about that's why the Grammys popped up in my head
Yeah.
because I only heard about it afterwards because I know I haven't watched any award shows like in a long time, but I did hear that Kanye West and his wife showed up and she had like some big fur jacket on, and she just took it off while they were like on the carpet taking pictures, and it was just like a sheer whatever. And I'm just like, girl.
She looked so uncomfortable too. Like everyone was speculating on
Yeah.
whether she like was like coerced to do that because it was just like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And then he posted about he designed it or something.
I
Oh, okay.
Someone should help that woman. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
but y-
Yeah, like, does
someone
she
should.
need help?
I think she needs help.
Like, does she need to get away from him?
I think everyone needs to get away from Kanye.
Yeah, because then I heard, I think it was like today, maybe it was yesterday, but someone was posting online too. Apparently, there's rumors going around that like he spent the whole night trying to get pictures with Taylor Swift and just like no one would help him or talk to him.
What
It's
the
like, yeah,
heck?
you should be creepy somewhere else.
That's
I,
crazy.
like, I saw another photo of them together. Oh, I don't know. It's a while ago now, but just her what she was wearing for pants. I swear it was just like pantyhose, but you could see everything basically. And I was, I was just like, they had to. I think they were escorted out, right, from the Grammys. I think that's what I read. But if that's the case, I'm sure they would have been escorted out from a public place, like if they went out to go eat. And she was just wearing basically nothing. So I don't know.
Yeah, they were kicked out. Interesting. I hadn't heard that yet. That makes sense though.
Yeah, and then the only other headline I remember from it was the um Chaperone was saying something about kind of well apparently there's like a clip of her, or she had mentioned in her speech she won something and was saying like I told myself if I ever got up here I would like do something, because there was like a clip of her I saw too from like when she was a lot younger saying like fuck the Grammys, but then she like won a Grammy, and so that she was like trying to stay authentic, I guess. And so, I think she demanded, or like she was saying that um what is it? Something about like struggling artists should be given like paychecks or
Oh,
healthcare or something because she struggled for so
yeah.
long.
I think she called for the agencies to provide. I mean, insurance was the big thing, but providing insurance to like the artists and stuff because they don't. They're I think they're like contract workers, so they don't. There's no obligation there, despite
Yeah,
the fact that
Mm,
the artists are the reason that they have the money.
yeah. But then it made me think about like what I would do if I ever won a big fancy award. Because right now it just feels like they're kind of stupid. Like they're fun to hear about, but they do feel like pointless. It's like I don't feel like they have much merit, like in to me.
Yeah,
But then if you had all that attention on you, I'd want to say something, or like I don't know.
yeah. Especially with I mean, I don't did the Oscars happen yet, or are they going to happen soon? I never know when that's
yeah.
going on anymore.
I
Because
think
I'm just
they
thinking about,
haven't.
yeah, I'm just thinking
March
about that
2nd.
Amelia Perez movie that we were messaging about
Oh
before.
yeah,
Because it just sounds like it's really not deserving of any nomination at the very least. And it's like being nominated for everything. And so it's
yeah,
like, so now with like award shows just nominating people, it just seems like for anyone for any reason just because they want to. So that's also, I think, part of like what's kind of like eroding the importance of these awards, or just like the significance of them in the first place. It's like, okay, so now we're just kind of giving awards out just to give them out. It's not actually because someone did something really cool or they worked really hard for it or something. They're just because the academy likes it. I don't know. So is it
yeah.
worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something complaining too because I guess, and I also don't really watch award shows much. I always just like watch clips afterwards if there's anything. Um, and someone was complaining because I guess there's an audiobook award,
Oh,
and they were like, that sounds like a cool idea. Like it'd be awesome to, you know, give some credit to people who do that kind of work. It's a very like niche field, but some audio narrators are like very talented. They're very good. And apparently it's like exclusively for presidents and their memoirs.
But
Literally like Jimmy Carter's won 4 times, Barack Obama's won twice, Michelle Obama's won twice. Like it's just presidents. And so they're like, what's the point? Like this is clearly just like an honorary thing. Why
yeah.
not do the honorary thing, but then also still give credit to the audiobook narrators. And they were just kind of they were going on about how just like it's clearly just like an arbitrary thing. Like it's not a surprise.
It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
weird.
It's like awards are like reviews where it's like I just have a hard time like caring much because it's like it's just subjective. Like even if you
Yeah.
got like the most intelligent people and they spend a lot of time, it's just an opinion. So it's
Yeah.
cool to see sometimes, but yeah, when you just don't agree with it, you're just like, "Oh, okay." I guess that was interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if it's not based on just like actual numbers or votes from people consuming it. Like I feel like sometimes people are upset with like a lot of the game awards, but I do at least feel like usually they're fairly representative of like just quantity played or purchased.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like even then, you personally might not agree with what most people are into, and then you're gonna feel like that's stupid. That game wasn't even good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like when it's more about the popular vote, then it's like more people can kind of enjoy it and rally around that.
Yeah.
Um. So it was another thing that happened around my apartment, but there was one afternoon um last week where Tony and I were cooking, and he went out to go get a package, and at the same time I looked out the window and it looked like someone was falling off their front steps. And I was like, Tony, I think someone fell outside across from us. The apartment across from us. And he comes back into the package and he goes, I heard yelling. And I was like they fell, like they needed help, and he was like, no. And then I looked harder, like I looked out my window, I stared some more, and it's these two guys struggling. One of them was trying to throw the other one physically off their front steps, and that's what I ended up seeing, and because I was just like, okay, that makes more sense. And the thing is, like, it's snowy, there's ice, so they're slipping, and it just looked like it just whatever was happening over there was probably serious, right? There's probably emotions running high, but we were standing, it looked comical. They were slipping and sliding. The guy was trying to throw someone out of his apartment, but he ended up throwing himself off the steps with the guy. um then for like 30 30 to 45 minutes I was just I wish I had fucking binoculars. Like I was like, what's going on out there? And we got these blinds in the kitchen, and Tony does not give a fuck. But he also partially does this because he knows that it will embarrass me. So I was like, Tony, what's going on out there? Because I'm just trying to like kind of like look kind of behind blinds and just like be inconspicuous and stuff like that. And he'll just be like, I don't know. I don't see anyone right now. And I'm just like, Tony, stop. Then a little bit after that, like cops show up because the person that was thrown
Oh
out
no.
must have called the cops. So like two cop cars are parked to be in the parking lot. They walk over, they're talking to the guy that got thrown out. The apartment's dark. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I've never this because where I live, like this apartment complex is very quiet. It's mostly just couples, and if it's families, it's very small families, and even then if it's bigger families, they're everyone's pretty quiet for the most part. So if someone's loud, there's gonna be a complaint at some like someone's gonna be like, shut the fuck up. It's really fucking quiet here. That's why we like it. And so that like whenever I hear loud shit, I'm tuned in. Like even if I'm here and I have my headphones on, I'm listening to something, music, videos, playing a game or something like that, I'll fucking hear it. Also because Duncan will go off because he'd be like, yo, what's going on, because he's also very used to the quiet too. So like he's just a dog in tune to the quietness around here, and if he hears something that doesn't sound right, it's a little bit louder than usual, he'll like perk up and he'll start barking, even if they're like down at the end of the parking lot where you can't even see anything but you can hear shit. He'll be like, yo, what's going on? And then that alerts me, and then I'm out there just, what's going on? And so Tony's joking around, he's like, I'm gonna get you binoculars. I'm like, low-key, I would like that gift because I'm kind of, but yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I have not seen anyone come in or out of that apartment since that happened, and that was like a week ago, and I normally see people come in and out of that apartment. But
Ooh.
yeah, has that ever happened where like you guys have ever seen anything happen like where you live in your neighborhood or just out your window and you're just like, what's going on? But yeah.
We had uh when I was still living down near you and I was still living with my mom, the corner that we lived on, I don't know why. It was specifically like we lived in a relatively nice-ish neighborhood. We were kind of close to a street that was not great, but like we were far enough away from it that wasn't really a problem. But we had multiple incidents where at the time we didn't, neither my mom nor I had a car. Like we both walked separately toward separate works, and we would both come back and it'd be like, there's a lot of cop cars out front. What's going on? And the first time it was my mom. She came home, she was walking back, and she had to like take a different route to get home because they had blocked off a block. There was this house in the center and then a block in every single direction. So she had to go all the way around because we were like only a few houses away from them. And apparently it was a huge sting operation. Like I guess it was tons of drugs and weapons and like all sorts of stuff. So they had like literally like the SWAT team was on our front porch basically. Uh, and then the second one was me. I was walking home and I think it was I still feel bad about this sometimes. I think it was Halloween night and I was walking home from work and I come around the corner and on the road next to me is like a fire, I think it was a fire ambulance and then maybe a couple cop cars or something. But it was pretty quiet. There wasn't like they were just kind of hanging around. They didn't seem to be doing anything like super emergency or anything like that. So I go home, but I'm kind of like poking my head back out the door to see if there's any updates. And I found out later that apparently someone had been stabbed and died on the corner of our street. And they were what they were like surrounding was literally just like all of the blood.
Oh my god.
So
Oh
I
my
didn't snoop hard
god.
enough apparently, but I found out about that one later. And it literally like it had happened like half an hour before he came home too. Like it was a random
Oh my
attack. It was
god.
one of those things where it's like, "Oh, I'm glad that I stayed late at work that night." Uh, but yeah,
Oh,
that corner in particular for whatever reason was very busy for crime. But
that's
not so much
crazy.
here. Nothing here yet.
What about you, Riley? Anything that you've ever seen? You were kind of like, whoa, what's going on with that?
Not really. I do definitely look out the window every time there's cops in our like apartment neighborhood here. Or just anywhere. You know, it's always fun to look. But no, not really. I remember one time like sometimes we'll wake up and hear like loud noise outside because it's a big apartment building. I do remember one time like waking up and like going out my balcony and looking, and there was just somebody like yelling at the. You can see our leasing office from my apartment balcony. It's like right next door, like where the people who like you pay your rent to is. And one lady was just like yelling at it, like gesturing and yelling like towards the office. So clearly something wasn't going well. And I watched her for a while. It was pretty funny.
All right. Well, I think we reached time. Anything else you guys want to bring up before we wrap?
I'm good.
I don't think so.
All right, sounds good. For the listeners, we may be transitioning some other kinds of episodes in the future. We were discussing possibly uh watching movies before our episodes, and then those, so you may see or hear episodes where we discuss movies or something like that in the future. But yeah, until next time, bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.